Left field option for Jadon Sancho and getting him out of Manchester United. Going to talk on what news is just breaking, where that news has come from, possible destination, not being too far away, down south in fact, and to them. Well, I wouldn't say they are the best run club in the world, but Chelsea, you're more than welcome. We'll talk about how that might happen, where the stories come from, and everything like that. It's more important updates regarding Ugarte than anything else this morning for Manchester United fans to get their teeth into. And what Romano has said on the situation where we're at now. Transfer request, transfer demand, Ugarte pushing everything possible. He wants this rectifying as soon as possible. How much pressure are PSG under to get Ugarte out of the door financially? Well, we will see. They have just called off other deals as well to try and balance their books. It's a bit complicated, but it looks like it is actually pushing forward. On Matchday, Premier League football is back. Thank God it's back. We can talk normal football as well today, guys. The content is coming to you thick and fast today. Strap on. Strap in even. And then, oh God, forget it. Let's just get into the news, shall we, guys? Give the video a like. It's live, it's raw. And this is what happens, well, live on YouTube. Hey, you got to have a giggle as well, haven't you? Please give the video a like. Even if I do make balls up every now and then, it's worth a bit of a laugh and a bit of a thumbs up. Let's get 1,000 likes on this morning video, guys, and let's get people subscribing as well so you don't miss out on not just this transfer content, but also the matchday content, which is coming your way thick and fast later on, guys. Trust me on this one. It is going to be a busy, busy night. So let's get into what is actually happening right now, first of all, with everything going on Manchester United. I can see loads of you piling into the chat already with everything. Where do we start? Let's just go with what's happened with Jadon Sancho and the story that's come from Christopher Mitchell, which reads, interestingly, Chelsea have expressed interest in signing Jadon Sancho, said to be preparing an offer and to academy players. Don't know what that means or who they are, what it's about. Chelsea would loan Sancho with an obligation to buy plus pay his entire salary, gross salary around 18 million euros. Just checking that there is any of that. That's the story with Jadon Sancho, the situation there. We've got updates on Eriksen as well, guys, as you can see running across the bottom of your screen also. So, yeah, let's look at Jadon Sancho's situation first of all and get into that. And really, this one with Chelsea, I'm taking it seriously. I have to take everything seriously. When we're looking at Manchester United news in this transfer window, we have to look at absolutely every single story. And when you think about it, is Jadon Sancho a Chelsea-type player? Oh, for God's... Yeah, of course he is. Let them go and join the circus, which is Chelsea. That's what I say. But loan with obligation to buy, United are stuck with this situation where not wanting to loan players out. An obligation to buy would be just getting rid of Jadon Sancho now and what? Maybe keeping Facundo Pellistri in as extra cover in the attacking third of the pitch. That's probably what we're going to be looking at, because we are not going to be able to bring anyone else in unless we sell Jadon Sancho for cash. So, really, looking at it, it is sort of like a, yes, he's gone, but nothing coming back the other way. Are you happy with that? Is that okay? Is Facundo Pellistri enough? Have we got enough in that front line already, even without Sancho and Facundo Pellistri, some would say? We've got plenty of options there. But Manchester United right now, I think, are just in a position where they're open to anything. They're open to anything with Jadon Sancho. I think the book is open, and it's like, come and make an offer and let us know. Let us know what you're gonna give us for Jadon Sancho. I don't know if Manchester United would take this offer. I don't. Would you say it's strengthening a rival on loan? He couldn't play against us, obviously, because he's on loan. And I just feel like he is a big problem, and anything that comes about Manchester United would be interested in. They would be looking at it and going, let's take this seriously, because we need to get Jadon Sancho out of this football club. I think deep down they know. They're saying all the right things, like we've said before, and they will do. They're being professional, making it look like Jadon Sancho is actually a decent player, and we can get good money for him. Nubian has just dropped a mega super chat into the room. Thank you so much. Good morning, all. Yes, Adam said, strap on, folks. Yes, I did. And I can't ignore a kind gesture like that from Nubian, just rubbing it in. Nubian, everyone, I know all my mods and members are going to love you for even super chatting that comment up like that right now. You are going to go down with legendary status already, but you've just propelled yourself right to the top. They're going to lap that up, mate. Thank you so much, buddy. The legend that is Nubian, absolutely throwing me under the bus there with his super chat. But we're here for banter, we're here for laughs as well, guys. It is a great community here on FUTV, and I love that people are bringing that out as well. But yeah, into the Jadon Sancho talk, because all of you are getting confused in the chat right now with everything going on. But I'm just going to say it as it is, really. If there is an offer for Jadon Sancho to go and we don't bring in another forward, I am happy to keep Facundo Palestra as backup in that position when needed and get rid of Jadon Sancho as long as there is an obligation to buy, as long as we know that Jadon Sancho is never going to play football for Manchester United again. It sounds harsh, it sounds brutal, but I think we have to get harsh and brutal at this stage right now in the transfer window. Jadon Sancho needs to leave Manchester United. He's not going to play. He's not going to be in that starting 11. I don't think he's ever going to be in any starting 11 for any important game. The only reason he's got half a chance right now is because Ten Hag is worrying about Xerxes integrating him in and Rasmus Højlund is injured. The only chance he's got of getting in is in that false nine. He doesn't get in onto any wings. He's not ahead of Ahmad, Rashford or Garnacho. Anthony will probably argue he's not ahead of him after him just coming back and Anthony putting in all of his work at right back and left back and all of that jazz, you know what I mean? And I just feel like Manchester United will look at things like this and go, look, yes, we could do with bringing in another forward if we get rid of Jadon Sancho. But I honestly feel like, and it is only my opinion, I think United will still sell Palestri as well. But I want your guys' opinions on this. And please do get your comments in the chat as well when the video's finished, because the live chat is absolutely banging right now. We've got over 1,300 people in the room already, just 7 minutes in. So the chat is flying. But please do get your comments in below as well. I would keep Palestri as cover. I would. I think the guy works his ass off. I think he does offer something, and he offers something different for the team. So personally, I would say get rid of Sancho on loan with obligation, as long as it's obligation. Look, I don't even want to go near this deal if it is just a loan, and I don't think United will either. Set the obligation and give that price, let them know what it is, and then go from there. I think he's out of the way. The wages are off the books completely. Save United an absolute fortune, as said in that tweet there, which I'll just read out again, which is that Jadon Sancho's wages of 18 million euros. Imagine what that's going to do to the financial fair play and PSR totals at the end of this season. Very important to remember that as well, that we're not just looking at fees for Jadon Sancho. We are ridding ourselves of near, 15 million, is it? 15 million quid around that mark for Jadon Sancho and his wages that he's on right now. You have to take that into consideration. In fact, let me just break that down, actually. I think it's less than that. Yeah, so Jadon Sancho's wages have always been completely blown up, I feel. But officially on the books, he is at about 250 a week. That's his base. So that's around about 13 million a year. So 30 million off the books for Jadon Sancho with an obligation for Chelsea to buy and get a fee next summer. That, I think, is how United get out of this situation. They're going to have to be very, very clever with how they work Jadon Sancho out of Manchester United, because I don't think people are going to pay the fee that they want. If United want 50 million for him, then that's not going to happen this summer. PSG have taken themselves out of the running for Jadon Sancho, and we are now dealing with what we can as it is right now with Jadon. And offers like this, if it is real and if it does come about, I think United have to take it seriously, because there isn't much else out there. And honestly, I would rather have someone like Palestri working his ass off, doing what the manager actually says, and knowing that he is going to be cover and coming in at times when we need him, or something just extra off the bench. I just feel like having someone on that wages who thinks he is what he is in the Matchday squad, and wanting to be, I'm thinking he should be first pick, compared to someone like Palestri, I just think it adds I think it really adds to the actual culture and the sort of environment around Manchester United right now, because we know Pellistri is good mates with Garnacho. He's part of that little clique of the younger generation of players at Manchester United. I've always bigged up Pellistri, and some people will say he's not good enough. I get that, I do. He's not showing anything, but I would always say, look, if he's happy to stay on minimal wages and be cover and try and work his way in, and you never know, he may break onto the scene, something might happen. I just think it's easier to have Pellistri there as 4th and 5th choice rather than Jadon Sancho in our forwards. That's all I'm going to say on it. You can argue the points of Pellistri and him not being good enough and things like that, but for the situation we're in right now, we're not going to get a lot for Pellistri, so why not just get rid of Jadon Sancho's wages for a year? Because I tell you what, Jadon Sancho's wages for this season add up to what you would get as a transfer fee and more than what Pellistri, for Facundo Pellistri. So let that sink in. Honestly, take his wages away, get them gone. You will make more in saving on his wages than you will selling Pellistri right now. And if there's an obligation to buy, it's very clever and very smart work if United are even looking down this road, but I would go down that road and make this happen. I think it's important that we're open to situations like this and making this happen, Manchester United. And do you know what? I think INEOS will. I don't think that they're straight hitting sort of like, no, it's got to be a fee or nothing type of setup. I do believe that we are a different Manchester United right now, and we look at deals differently. I think that's a good thing as well. Gricker, who is 3 months a member. OT tonight with the lads. Looking forward to the game. And make sure you come over and see us as well, Gricker. You know where we stand. We'll be out outside Old Trafford, outside the East Stand, so make sure that you are there. And we will obviously be bringing plenty of content and plenty of reaction after the game as well. Creeping up to 1,800 people in the room, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We only have 300 likes, though. Let's get them likes up at least to around about the 500 mark to look comfortable. We want 1,000 on the show in total today, guys. But them numbers don't really match up to the likes, so please give the video a like, everybody. Let's get into some of your chat regarding Jadon Sancho quickly. And see what you guys are actually saying. I think Chelsea need to start being active with their transfers. Their squad will be below 50 soon if they carry on. Honestly, the circus, innit, Chelsea? He belongs there. It's a perfect place for Jadon Sancho. Perfect place. Fingers crossed for a positive start tonight and a boost in confidence. I think it's quite a confident vibe at the moment. Pellistri is no worse than Sancho, so I agree, Adam. Yeah. Who would you rather have? That's the question I'm putting out. Look, I'm not even going to argue with you if you think Pellistri's not good enough for Manchester United. But who would you rather have there? A player that's going to actually come on and listen to Ten Hag and do everything he possibly can, or have a player there sulking because he thinks he should already be starting because of the price tag and how much money he's on? And you know what? Give me Pellistri over Sancho any day of the week plus Sunday, twice over. All day long. That's the question I'm posing to you guys, and I want you to answer that one honestly and tell me, like, does it work out better for Ten Hag? Of course it does, because I think Pellistri will give more. People who said Pellistri not good enough are some of the same people that rates McTominay, Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rashford, Sancho highly. Some people actually said, look, he's in the same category as Ahmad, and Ahmad broke through last season, got his chance, took it. You never know. We could have that gem waiting there in the wings. I mean, Pellistri had a fantastic Copa America for Uruguay. Was in the team of the week at several stages of that tournament as well. There is a player in there. And if United aren't going to get a lot of money for him, I'd keep him. I would keep him and have him there in the squad. Matchday squads, definitely. And I think that works for United for what we need this season. I really do. I think that's the miles better option for Ten Hag as well. It keeps that harmony in the dressing room, I think. Sancho, remember a whole quote from Solskjaer? Yeah, I know what you're going with that one, Roy. Fans still chanting Rashford. Some fans says Staffo. Chadwick Bellion, Eagles are better than Sancho. You're digging out some old school names right there now, aren't you? Pellistri never given a run of games to prove himself, says Brian. No, he wasn't. I don't think he would still. It depends what Man United want to do. If they're allowing Jadon Sancho to stay and fight for his place in the side, I think they should give Facundo Pellistri a chance to stay and fight for his place in the side. And I think that's what we need to look at, and that's where I think Ten Hag knowing. I know Ten Hag doesn't like Palestra, but I think he likes him better than what he does Jadon Sancho. And yeah, they could say they've shaken and made up and everything's all right. It's not. It's never going to be all right. Regarding Sancho, sorry, I missed that comment. Just pop up there. Sorry, the comments are flying. Sorry, guys, if I've missed it, I did actually have a comment set up there, guys, but I missed it. Sorry. Please do make sure you get your comments in below. I'll try and get back to as many as possible. I am on TalkSport this morning as well. I'm going to meet TalkSport at Old Trafford, so stay tuned for that one, guys. I'll keep you posted on what's happening there. Mark Lambridge with a super chat says, Palestri had a better Copa America than Ugarte. I want 60 million. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get it. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, he is that weird sort of like footballer, Palestri, that people just can't make their minds up about. It's crazy because he is a very, very, very good player. And I think United can do worse than Facundo Palestra. I think they've got an actual player on their hands there. So, yeah, I personally, like I've just said then, I'll say it one more time and then let you guys argue it out amongst yourselves in the chat. But I think Facundo Palestra will give more to Manchester United than Jadon Sancho will this season. I'd keep Palestra. If Chelsea want to loan Jadon Sancho, if that story is true, or if there's any legs in it, I would loan Jadon Sancho out to Chelsea, rid him of this club with the obligation to buy, if that's the case, get rid of his wages, and I think is a miles better situation than anything that we've got right now. Make it happen, United, if that is the case. On to Manuel Ugarte, and obviously we've seen the stories, we've seen the news coming out over the last few days. Romano was out last night in force with Ugarte quotes from his podcast flying around everywhere today, and that Manuel Ugarte is pushing very hard on the move to Manchester United now. Romano basically just reiterating everything he's already said regarding the personal side of things, but he's now putting pressure on PSG to make this move happen, and United are standing firm. Like, bring your price down or you can keep the player. I love the stance we've got right now. I love where United are actually at in this transfer window. How much pressure are PSG actually under? They are not taking on any more players at the moment. They are standing firm because obviously they've brought Desiree Doué in. They've given up on Jadon Sancho, and obviously now need to get some money in through the door to actually start covering themselves with financial fair play. I look at this now and I go, well, I'm really not bothered either way. If Ugarte comes, if he doesn't come, Manchester United have Zanderberger waiting in the wings to come in if necessary. I know a lot of you still don't like that, but it's there. And I would be more than happy with either one of them players right now. I am completely comfortable, completely content with Manchester United's work so far and where this team is at right now. I think we're in a good place, and I'm really looking forward to tonight's game. In terms of Ugarte, if he does come in, then even better. It'll just give us that big boost before we actually play Liverpool, because that's when it will come about. If United want to get Ugarte done, he will be in, he will be signed, and over the line just before we play Liverpool at Old Trafford. Oh, what a time to introduce yourself. Or anyone. If it could be Zanderberger who comes in. Honestly, really don't give a shit which one of them players comes in. I think they both will improve Manchester United. Everyone's talking up Ugarte because of the destroyer sort of mentality. I like it. Yeah, I do get that. Again, I pose the question. I keep saying it every single time. Like, Casemiro still starts ahead of him in my eyes for Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag would always pick Casemiro, even though he brought Ugarte in. Look, we know in the situation where we're at with Manuel Ugarte, like he will eventually make his way into the side. Ten Hag wants him. This is Ten Hag's number one target, according to all reports. We are in a position where Ten Hag we've obviously laid out all of the midfielders. We cancelled off Amrabat and Fofana yesterday completely. They are gone now. They are not on Manchester United's radar anymore. United are looking solely at Zanderberger as an option if Ugarte does not come through. But every single journalist, like we said over the last 2 days, is saying that Ugarte will be a Manchester United player. He is pushing on this deal now to make it happen. PSG are feeling the pressure with this deal, and Manchester United are just sat back waiting. That's all we're doing. We're sat back, we're waiting, and we're just lapping it up right now. We are accepting that we are in a better position than what PSG are, and if it doesn't work, we have other options. We have other options there, and by the way, talks continue with Sander Berge in the price and making sure that United get what they want out of that deal. So it just shows you right now where United are at with Ugarte. As far down the line as we are more than willing to just walk away, because we continue to talk with Burnley regarding Sander Berge and that deal, and making sure that we've got a player ready to go bang there, because I think United are expecting this to go all the way to the end of the window, and they need that other player there ready to happen. And this is what we've been saying all along, that this is why this window is different, because we actually have got a plan B. We actually have got other players that we can fall back on, and it's not the usual United where, we lose out on our top target and that's it, we're out, it's done. No, this time Manchester United are actually in a very, very strong position, I feel, and are completely relaxed about it. Mark Super Chat says, if Ugarte truly wants to come, hand in a transfer. I don't know if he has. I think it will come to that stage. I feel like there will be a point where Ugarte probably hands in a transfer request or something like that happens. He 100% sees himself being a Manchester United player. I think communications between the club and Ugarte have been constant, going off reports. Everyone has said the same thing, that United are constantly in touch with the Uruguayan, telling him that he is wanted at United, he will be a United player, and this will happen. So, yeah, it's a case of PSG and what they want to do. Are PSG willing to drop their price? Are they willing to stick around and play hardball all the way, knowing that Manchester United have other targets? United are just making it clear and leaking out the reports and everything like that regarding Sander Berge, and letting PSG know that they are still looking at other midfielders. They are still looking at other options and will walk away from the Ugarte deal. That's the pressure that United are putting on PSG. Ugarte himself is putting pressure on to make the move happen, because he knows he is not going to be playing. He's already out of pre-season games with Luis Enrique. The club have made it clear their stance with Ugarte in terms of him as a player. Ugarte's made it clear with them, like, if you're not playing me, I want out. So Manchester United are like, well, we're not going to bid stupid prices for a player that you don't want. This is our price. Come and take it. Otherwise, we've got Sander Berge and we'll move to him. And then you're stuck with that player all season with no one coming in, no one significant sold, and your own little financial fair play issue to deal with. And obviously, an headache of a player who now knows that you don't want him in that team and he doesn't want to play for that team. So go fix that shit on your own if you want. That's the pressure that PSG are under. And I feel like that's what Manchester United are pushing down on right now. And they're just playing the game. They are playing it perfectly, I feel. And it is fantastic to watch as a United fan. It really is. 2,000 in the room, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday morning. Eve of Fulham at home, the opening game of the Premier League season. Woo-woo! Get in there. Just coming up to 500 live likes as well, guys. We want 1,000 for the complete show. That's after it goes out from live as well. So keep them likes are coming in, guys. Keep your comments coming in and coming to you now in the comments section. Glad we didn't waste our time. Hopefully we get Ugarte at a good price, says Dill. RD United TV says, is this the most fun window for years? Liverpool can't land and think, and we're buying. Liverpool can't land a thing, because that's typo, sorry mate, and we're buying a new team. It is fantastic. It is. It feels brilliant, actually, this transfer window, because I do think that we have done better than nearly everyone around us right now. I think in terms of that top 8 teams, because it is top 8 teams now, isn't it? Now that we've got Villa and Newcastle in there as well. So the big 6, no longer. It's the big 8, isn't it, really? I think United have had the better window out of everyone in that top 8. I think we are in a better position than everybody else going into the season. Obviously, you can say, look, like, sort of Arsenal, they're set to go. They're probably the ones that would argue the point. Although they haven't brought a lot in, they are quite a settled team now. So, yes, it's going to be It's going to be an interesting one regarding City and Arsenal again this season, because I do think they will be the top two. I think they're positioned better. But in terms of everybody else, I think United have improved more and are a lot more stable than what we have been going into this first game of the season than we have in any other of Ten Hag's previous seasons. Steve Johnson says, "Morning, Adam. I'm taking Bailey for her first match tonight. We may see you there." Good man. Hopefully I do see you there, Steve. Anyone else who is coming to the game tonight wants to come over and say hello, make sure you do. I'll be outside Old Trafford, plenty of time before the game as well, outside the East Stand, to the right-hand side of the Trinity statue as you look at the stadium, just in the corner there near the little hot dog stand. That's where we always stand. It'd be good to see some familiar faces and some friends again. I know James is back at Old Trafford as well. Graham will be there. I don't know if Tommy's going to be there. Hopefully Tom's there as well. I know Jonathan's there. That probably means that Jackie's going as well, Jonathan. Loads of people are going tonight, and I can't wait. We need to win and win well tonight to show style of play and promise. I'm not expecting it to be an absolute barnstormer. I just want it to be a little bit more comfortable than what it's been in previous opening days throughout the season. Adam, who will be our big goal threat tonight? Defence can be solid, but we still need to put the ball in the net. Look, it's going to be interesting to see if he brings in Xerxes at any point today. That's going to be very interesting. So that's one I'll be keeping my eye out for if Xerxes makes an appearance tonight. I do believe the goal for it has to be Rashford has to step up. Garnacho is there. Ahmad, I think there's goals in all of that front line, and Bruno Fernandes, of course, as well. I think we have got goals there. We just have to take our chances. We have to be clinical, and I do feel confident that we will be. I think United are going into this game fully buoyed by a good summer, even though the results weren't great. I think harmony is there within the United camp right now, and it does have a completely different vibe to it. So I think going into the game we're confident. I think we've got options off the bench as well. So we have got goal threats everywhere, I think, in this team. And I am really looking forward to the game tonight. I think it is going to be... I'll go more into the game later on with the lunchtime and the later content. We are live outside again. Live outside is back, guys, later on. So make sure you tuned in for that one. Also, guys, Christian Eriksen, as you can see going across the bottom of your screen there, another update regarding him. Christian Eriksen is increasingly likely to leave Manchester United before the transfer window closes. United are inviting offers for his services. That's come from the BBC and Sports Pete as well, from the BBC, from Football Insider. It depends who wants him, though. How much is Eriksen worth? Honestly, take 2 or 3 million and get his wages off the book. And look at it straight away there. You go, Christian Eriksen. We talked about this before. Christian Eriksen, right now, he's on 7.8 million. It's 150 grand a week wages right now. If you get rid of Eriksen, that is another chunk right out. Say, for instance, like we've talked this morning, we talked Jadon Sancho, and we've talked Christian Eriksen possibly leave. If you take Sancho out on loan, obligation to buy, whatever it may be, if he does go Chelsea, it's still up in the air. It might not happen. But if it does, for instance, this is how it's being calculated in. You're looking at over £20 million worth this summer saved in wages going out into that next financial figures, which need to be handed in for financial fair play and PSR in June 2025. 20 million more off the book in wages. Now, obviously, we've brought other players in, but when you take into consideration the amount of money, which is over 600 grand a week in wages from Rafael Varane, Brandon Williams and Anthony Martial, as well as Jadon Sancho, and let's not forget Mason Greenwood, 70 odd grand a week as well, then, yeah, if Sancho and Eriksen go, this is how United balance books. Their wage bill would be incredibly low compared to what it has been in the past, and will definitely be, won't be the highest wage bill. I think we're lying 4th right now in the biggest wage bill in the Premier League, so that's come down already. So we're moving in the right direction. We're sort of getting a bit more on level par with where we're actually at as a football team, like, 7th, 8th in the league. We're now 4th highest paid wages in the league. That'll keep coming down as INEOS start chipping away at things. So, really, what does this mean? it might mean that we don't get anyone else in. It means that we've got a little bit more money. Yeah, we can balance books. But what it also could mean is that Man United might dip into the transfer window in January. You don't know. Anything is possible right now with United in the transfer window. And it's not just this one. January's open as well. So just to round things up, Jadon Sancho, possible loan move to Chelsea. Ugarte putting serious pressure on PSG, as well as the financial state at PSG right now. They need to sell, and United are just sitting back on it and just putting on pressure without really doing anything right now. They've got Xander Berger waiting in the wings, and it is going to be on PSG to make this decision, because United will walk away. Guys, that is it. Thank you so much for joining us on this early morning show on Friday, the 16th of August. The start of the Premier League season is tonight. I'm off to Old Trafford now to join the guys over on TalkSport. Do a little bit of content there with them. I'll be back at 12 o'clock, guys, as well. Make sure you're tuned in. Please do subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you don't miss any content at all. And please do give the video a like on the way out. And we will have hit 600 live likes, just like that. Super Chatters, Nubian and Mark Lambridge, thank you very much. Members, mods, great job again, guys. Don't strap yourself in, maybe strap on. That was a great joke at the start of this one. That's a way to open a video, isn't it? Where else are you going to get that? And where else are you going to get this? I hopefully hear this tonight at Old Trafford again. Can't wait to be back. But guys, I'll see you all later. 12 o'clock, I am back.